Good afternoon, friends. Today we are filming from Long Beach, having a great time with Kenyans in Los Angeles. If you're watching us for the first time, we welcome you and I hope you subscribe. And if you're not able to, I hope to see you as a regular viewer. Now, typically, we film from Karating, which is my home village in Western Kenya, in Kisumu, a place that we love so much, and we encourage folks to come see us down there. But I recently came back for a few weeks to take care of some business, and then when it's all done, I should be heading back home in the next couple of days. So yes, today we are filming in Long Beach and not Karating. So over the last couple of months, I've been talking a lot about issues that impact Kenyans or Africans who live in diaspora and want to return. But it's turned out that some of my viewers have unfortunately believed that simply means that America is unlivable, and that's why we are returning. And that could not be true. I mean, there are so many things that are tough in America, but there are also lots of good things about living in America, obviously. Otherwise, we would not be here. And it's the reason I say I never discourage people to come to America. If you desire to come, come. It doesn't mean that it's the best option for everybody, but I wouldn't discourage folks from coming. So, as you can see from this video, Kenyans in diaspora always find some way to let loose and just be alive besides work. And so our lives in diaspora is not just made up of work, and more work. So while it's true that diaspora really gets us busy with so many things, and most of us actually came here to work and go to school and raise families, and we handle all of that. But it's still possible, as you can tell, to have a good time while still having just a regular life where you're taking care of business. And so this weekend, we are spending time with a special friend of mine that I've known for so many years, one of the most hardworking women I know in LA. She's worked so hard for so many years, and she's achieved one exceptional milestone today that really deserves a celebration. So we brought in the cavalry to come and celebrate her and celebrate other people who've been a part of this process. Because again, I hear people talk of self-made millionaires or self-made something. It's something I don't believe in, because at some point, somebody's going to hold your hands. So we are going to celebrate this young woman, and we are also going to celebrate each and every person who has made this journey possible for her. And so I'm going to spend time in this video talking to you about what life looks like for us in LA outside of work and some of the things that we talk about. In Kenya, there's a term they use that I think it's called kupigia mwili pole. That's a Swahili term that loosely translates to thanking your body. And what it's simply normally used to explain the fun part of life, where after you work hard, then you are expected to kick back and have some fun, so that your life is just not made of work, and nothing else. So in truth, yes, in LA, as you can tell, people work very hard, but we also play hard. So what I'm going to try to do, perhaps in the next 10 minutes, is just talk about four things. Just give you a general description of Kenyans living in LA, at least within my circle. There are tons of people out here that I've never met, but I'm only going to talk about this specific group that I know of. And then I'll talk about why it's actually even more urgent for us in LA to find time to let loose, because there's some things that are really unique to LA as opposed to other parts of the US. And then I'll share with you some of the options that we have around here. And then at the end, as I always do with most of my videos, I'll tell you a few lessons that I've learned that keep us going. So join me. Let's start by talking about who are the Kenyans in LA. And by the way, I think almost everyone in this crowd is Kenyan. I believe there may have been maybe one or two people who are not Kenyans per se, or not born in Kenya, but almost every single one you see here was Kenyan or has a spouse that is Kenyan. So in general, though, those of us who lived in LA are not radically different than Kenyans that live in other parts of the US, with a few notable exceptions. And I'll highlight some of these. That, as you can already tell from this video, that the majority of folks in my circle is mostly made up of wonderful, wonderful women. The proportion of men is far, far smaller. I'm not sure why. And maybe they just deny us visas a lot at the embassy. I don't know how that happens, but yes, the majority are women, and all of them, as you can tell, are very successful young women. Some of them are business folks, others are professionals in different fields, others are students, and every single one of these women or the gentlemen you're going to see are very successful young folks. Now, what's actually different in LA is that, especially within my circle here, there are very few international students. Unlike Kenyans that live in college towns, that's a marked difference that you'll notice, because like where I went to school years ago, small college towns, you typically find folks who are either students or connected to the university. That is not what you will find around LA area, because LA, you pretty much have everybody from everywhere. The majority of folks here are documented, and in terms of age, we tend to skew middle age. Now, don't ask me to define that, because if I do so, I'll probably get in trouble. So yeah, but what you can see, most folks are relatively young, and the women, particularly in my view, tend to look really, really young, much younger than the ages that I know. Maybe it's something in the water or some of the things that they do when we're not filming them, but yeah, a lot of them, almost all of them, look really, really young. And as you can expect, within such a crowd, the majority of them are single women, like I say, who are very, very successful. The men are mostly married. In fact, in my circle, I probably know only 2 men that are single. The rest are folks who are married or folks who are effectively entangled in entanglements that I can't describe here without getting in trouble. So again, for us in LA, besides just the general need to have an outlet, many of us find space to do things like this for mental health, for just normal human socialization, and for networking. Because typically when we meet here, there's lots of conversations that go on besides just having fun. And when we walk away, you walk away knowing more, with more connections, and even business. Because there are folks who own their own businesses, and by talking to people here, you walk away having gotten clients. So we really value that, at least here in LA. Now, unfortunately, within LA as well, there's some folks who are limited, who may not always participate in these events because of life circumstances, whether it's work, because we've got folks who work through the weekends, and so when these events happen, they're not able to attend. Some people, because of kids and other life events, may not attend, but there's a lot of us out here. Now, besides all of this, there are a few other options out there which typically might evolve over time, especially options involving clubbing and all-night parties and things like that. A lot of us at this point don't typically do that. But yeah, there are a few people who still do that. So in terms of entertainment and how to let loose, hear about the 7 ways that people in LA tend to let loose. And I'm talking about people in my circle. So again, there are many, many circles out there. This does not describe every experience. I'm only talking about this group of folks that you're watching today. So one, folks tend to do like small group get-togethers, dinners with friends, and a lot of activities actually are tied to church. So you may leave church, go to a friend's house, or there's choirs, there's strips. We used to do something called Kalongolongo a while back. And that would just mean we invite folks, and then we play the exact same games we played as kids back in Kenya. A lot of Kenyans within this group right here travel quite a bit, both within the US and outside of the US, for personal reasons, to visit family, for work. And for the most part, when we do like work trips, we combine those with excursions. So if I'm traveling to a new state or to a new city that I've not been to before, after work, I go check it out. So that's really common in this group. And then we also have the large group events like this one here. Some of them revolve around weddings, graduations, baby shower, and things like that. And a lot of them, probably maybe half or so, are often organized around cultural affinity groups. Like this one was probably organized by friends within a group called Girwa. And Girwa is a group that connects people from western part of Kenya. And then LA is also really wonderful with outdoor activities because our weather is always good most of the year. So you can pretty much be outdoor all year round. And so, yeah, and just like I was saying, because of the amazing weather, outdoor activities like biking, hiking, soccer, water sports, whether it's surfing, kayaking, swimming, really available most of the year. And people who care about that can really enjoy that. We have got a ton of amusement parks everywhere in Southern California. The beach is right here. And so California gives that option of being outdoors for a good bit of the year. Now, in terms of the lessons I've learned, I probably don't have a whole lot today, but one thing I've come to learn is that you don't necessarily need a big group of folks around you. When I was younger, I really cared about having tons of friends or connections all over the place. But as I grow older, I realized just a few friends that are tight works just fine. Or to me, it just means having different relationships with different folks. There are folks that we are really tight with. There are folks that we meet maybe once a year, and that's fine. And the other thing that I focus on more nowadays is anything that happens outside, whether it's biking, swimming, and all that. I love those because many of them don't require groups. I bike a lot, I swim, I travel, and most of that I can just do without groups. So while doing that, I think about activities that are sort of health promoting. Because if you're like me, I think you and I may have spent many of our younger years doing things that could have damaged our bodies. And so as I grow older, I look for things that are fun, but are also health promoting. So I hope this is something that you might find useful. If you do, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next. Thank you.